I'm Richard Redmond. This episode is called The Con Artist, Retribution. In a previous episode of The Con Artist, two sisters do away with Harry Gardner, a lifetime con artist who tried to con them out of their money. In this episode, two retired detectives are hot on his trail.
After we have muffins and tea, I'll give you that check for $500,000.
If you say so, Muffin Queen. And
Here, Harry, try one of my muffins.
I must admit, I have a unique flavor.
Oh, it's probably the poison. Rose.
You know, Rose, I must rub you the wrong way.
Harry?
He's dead. You must have changed the recipe.
Well, I did add a pinch more poison.
Well, let's get him down to the cellar. Where do you want to bury him?
I think between Bert and Walter, I think we have space there.
What didn't you like about him?
He was a con artist, I could tell.
Meet Tom Tobin and Frank Costello, two retired detectives, working together as partners for 15 years. They worked mostly fraud and bunco. In their career, they put away many criminals. However, there was always the one or two cases that they could never solve or apprehend the criminal. One character in particular would have been a feather in their cap.
Okay, thanks, Bill. I'll tell Tom. He's right here with me having coffee. Thanks again for your help.
Was that Bill from the 2-4 precinct?
Yes, he has a lead on James Dillingham.
Good, finally. Well, what is it?
Well, on his own time, he staked out Dillingham for us. He followed him to a house on Mulberry Lane. Belongs to two elderly sisters, an Edith Russell and her sister, Rose Fisher. Both well off. A lot of money.
Sounds like one of Dillingham's type of mark.
Bill says he saw him go into the house, but he never came out. He waited for some hours, but finally gave up. He had to go on duty. He waited into the wee hours of the morning.
What do you make of that?
Sounds to me that either Dillingham caught on, knew he was being followed, and gave him the slip, or he spent the night with the ladies.
Two elderly women? Oh, I'd love to have been a fly on the wall to watch that.
What do you say we pay a little visit to his apartment, and then go visit the old ladies to see what scam he's running on them?
Boy, I would love to collar him and turn him over to the fraud squad.
It would be a well-deserved retribution for him. Catching him would have been the icing on our career.
Well, let's go have a look-see, and maybe we can finally close the cover on his case.
I'll pick up the check.
Oh, no problem. Your pension's bigger than mine.
Good. I'll let you get lunch.
What else is new?
Meet Edith Russell and her sister Rose Fisher, two lonely widows living together, their children and grandchildren scattered to the four corners of the earth. They live a modest, frugal lifestyle, although financially well off from insurance left to them by their deceased husbands.
Edith, did you pay the bill for the elevator we had installed?
Yes, why?
There's a bill here for final payment.
Oh, don't worry about that, Rose. I sent them a check. They've gotten it by now.
Well, maybe they learned a trick from the hospitals, you know. Bill twice and hope for the best.
No, I don't think so. They just sent a follow-up bill. Throw it away.
If you say so. I made some tea. Would you like some?
Oh, that would be wonderful.
I'll get you some. I made tea with a twist of lemon and some spices.
Could you be a sweetheart and go get my laptop?
After tea. I declare you are on that computer all the time.
I'm expecting an email from a man I've been in correspondence with.
Oh, Edith, not another one. Don't you ever tire of those internet dating websites?
No, I find it rewarding. It gives me some excitement to search out the various men who are available. At our age, it's not easy to find places to meet men, you know.
Okay, so tell me, who is this man you're expecting an email from?
From his profile, he's lonely, widowed, and...
Looking for a rich woman.
Oh, Rose, you're so suspicious.
I have reason to be. Remember Harry?
Yes. May he rest in peace.
He was only after our money.
Now, who could that be?
I'll get the door. Are you expecting any gentlemen callers?
No.
Hold your horses. I'm coming. May I help you?
I'm Detective Frank Costello, and this is my partner, Tom Tobin. May we have a talk with you?
I'd like to see some identification, please. Your badges would do.
Well, you see, we're no longer on the job. We're retired.
What my partner means is that we're retired detectives, and we're working on an old case that we had.
Yeah, we just want to wrap it up.
I would still like to see some identification.
Here's an ID that shows I'm a retired detective.
Seems official. How may I help you?
We're looking for a Edith Russell and a Rose Fisher.
I'm Rose, and my sister is Edith. She's in the other room.
Would you mind if we came in and asked you some questions?
I suppose that would be okay. My sister's in the other room. Follow me. Edith. These two handsome gentlemen are retired detectives, and they want to ask us some questions.
About what?
I'm Detective Frank Costello. I mean retired detective. Excuse me, it's a force of habit.
And I'm retired detective Tom Tobin.
Imagine that, Rose. 2 gentlemen callers in one day.
And you didn't even have to go online to meet them.
Yes, our luck is changing. Life is getting easier.
I don't understand.
Never mind. It's a private joke.
Oh.
How may we help you?
We're working on an old case we had before we retired.
Won't you have a seat?
We're trying to wrap up some loose ends.
Do you know James Dillingham?
Who?
James Dillingham.
I don't believe so.
Are you sure?
Rose, do you know anybody by that name?
No.
That's funny. He was seen coming into this house.
When?
A few weeks ago.
I'm sorry, but you must be mistaken. We haven't had any gentlemen callers by that name.
Or any other name.
A detective friend of ours from the old precinct followed him here to this house.
He was last seen coming in, but he never left.
Excuse me, have you been watching us? That's illegal. We have rights, you know. Don't you need a search warrant?
You misunderstand us. We're not following you or watching you. We don't want to search anything. We simply want to find Dillingham.
And the last he was seen was coming into this house.
I'm sorry, but we don't know the gentleman you're referring to.
Have you had any gentleman call her for any reason, trying to sell you something or...
Well, Edith, remember that gentleman that came and was trying to sell us insurance?
Insurance?
Yes, remember insurance?
Oh, yes. What was his name?
Oh, I remember. Harry,
Oh, yes. Harry Gardner.
That's right, Gardner.
That's one of his aliases.
Okay, so you know him as Harry Gardner. That's just one of the names that Dillingham uses.
So why are you looking for him?
He's an old-time con artist, and he tries to con people out of their money.
We used to work for the Bunco and Fraud Division. We've been tracking him for many years. He's always been one step ahead of us.
And we could never catch him. And now we have a chance to wrap up his case. Hopefully, maybe with this lead on him, we'll be able to catch him and turn him over to our old precinct.
And now that he's been seen coming here, we thought that maybe you could give us some information.
I don't think we can help. We know nothing about him, except that he was here, tried to sell us insurance, didn't succeed, and left.
He was seen coming in, but not seen coming out. How do you figure that?
Very simple. When he left, he asked if he could leave by the back door.
Yes, it seemed strange to us, but we let him leave by the back door.
Maybe that's why Bill didn't see him leave.
Yeah, it could be. Do you mind if we have a look around?
Why?
Just to satisfy our curiosity.
I don't believe you boys have a search warrant.
Oh, Rose, don't be foolish. Let them look around if they want. We have nothing to hide.
That's not the point. They have no right to search our house.
We could call one of our friends downtown and get a warrant.
That won't be necessary. Go ahead and have a look around if it will make you happy. While you're looking around, Rose will make some tea. Would you care for some tea and muffins? I make a great muffin. I have a batch I made recently.
You sure it's no problem? I'll have some tea, but I gotta watch my waistline. No muffins.
Same for me, just the tea.
Rose, go make a pot of tea and bring the muffins. I'm sure they'll change their mind about the muffins after they've seen them. Oh, you two may go ahead and look around.
We'll just go take a short look around.
Fine.
Are you sure you know what you're doing, letting them look around?
Oh, yes. Don't worry, everything will be fine.
But suppose they go eat
Just go and make some tea and warm up the muffins. You know which ones.
Okay, but I'm not happy about this. Suppose they don't eat the muffins.
Oh, Rose, don't worry. I've never met someone who could refuse one of my muffins.
I hope so. The tea is brewing, and I'm warming up the muffins.
Good. Did you see where our visitors are searching?
I think Detective Costello went upstairs. I'm not sure where the other one went.
Isn't this wonderful? 2 gentlemen callers in one day.
Edith, they aren't here for entertainment or to socialize. They're here as cops, and you better hope they don't find anything.
Oh, Rose, you're always the worrier.
I have reason to worry.
Well, ladies, I looked around and everything seems all right.
I told you so.
We just have to be careful. Dillingham, or Gardner as you know him, could have been hiding out here or holding you hostage, whatever. Although he's not known to be violent, you can never tell what a man will do when he gets desperate.
You said he was a con artist. Maybe when he left here, he is off conning someone else. Or maybe he went somewhere else and left the city.
That's a funny thing. We went to his apartment where he was staying, and it's as if he never came back. His landlord let us in, and all his personal belongings are there, his clothes, and even a list of cons he has going. But the landlord said he hasn't seen him coming or going, and his rent is due, which the landlord says he's always paid on time.
Frank, you gotta come see this. You won't believe your eyes.
Why? What's wrong?
Just come with me.
Ladies, if you'll excuse me. So what's up?
I just checked down in the basement. There are over 20 graves down there. And I'm not talking cats and dogs. They're the size of humans.
Are you sure?
Come, look for yourself.
I don't believe it. Who are all those people? We're going to have to call this in. Have a crime scene unit sent over.
Wait, let's not rush into anything.
What do you mean?
Look, we got a gold mine here. These 2 women seem well off. Haven't you looked around? There's a fortune in antiques. And plus, according to our research, they are well off.
And you're suggesting?
Listen, homicide's not our specialty. Most people down here are dead and there's nothing that can bring them back. But here's our chance to make a few bucks on this. Subsidize our pension.
Are you suggesting blackmail? I'm shocked at you.
Ah, come on, Frank. We've busted our rear ends all these years putting these con artists away. Only to see them get rich or get reduced sentences. Now's our chance to enjoy the little time we have left. The small pension they give does not make up for all we've done.
Tom, it's not right.
Sure it is. These 2 broads probably killed who's ever down there. How, why, I don't know, and I don't care. We could pressure them to pay us off and keep our mouths shut.
But that would make us just like the ones we put away.
I can live with it. Come on, what do you say? Are you in?
Well, I guess there is some justification in it.
Retribution for our services to the public.
Okay, I'm in.
Good, now let's go get our just rewards.
Well, gentlemen, are you satisfied? Did you find Dillingham?
We found a little more than we bargained for.
What was that?
I searched down in your basement.
You searched the basement?
Rose, keep calm.
Seems you 2 naughty girls have been busy.
Unless this house was built over a graveyard, you have a little explaining to do. Who are all those bodies buried in the basement?
Oh, that I can explain. Each of those men got what they deserved. They all tried to take us for our money.
Well, who are they?
Oh, just a few husbands, mine and Rose's.
I think you should be quiet, Edith.
Oh, nonsense, Rose. These gentlemen are entitled to an explanation.
All of them are husbands?
No, not all of them. What kind of person do you think I am? The others were just gentlemen callers. Men I thought I could become emotionally attached to.
How did you meet them?
On the internet, dating websites.
It's a hobby of hers. I told her it would get her into trouble.
A hobby? I think we have a one flew over the cuckoo's nest here.
Killing men is your hobby?
Of course not. I just enjoyed conversing with them on the internet, meeting them, having them visit us.
Killing them was just a way to make sure they didn't try to take advantage of other lonely women. Sort of a public service.
Besides, they were all lonely men. No one to care for them. Now they all have each other for company.
Okay, I've heard enough. You two are screwy. I'm going to call homicide.
No way, Frank. You two women are in a lot of trouble.
Trouble? Why, they're mass murderers. They should be locked up at a mental institute.
You hear that, ladies? A mental institution.
Do they have internet service?
Are you going to arrest us?
No, but I'm going to have to call this in. The precinct will send over detectives from homicide.
Unless we can come to a little agreement.
Agreement?
Yes.
What kind of agreement?
Me and my partner could be persuaded to look the other way, to forget what we saw or know. Right, Frank?
Well, maybe.
Oh, you mean a little bribery?
Isn't that illegal?
Rose, zip your lips. Leave this to me.
We could be persuaded to look the other way for $1 million cash.
$1 million?
I can see that you two ladies are well off. I don't think $1 million is a stretch. It might be better than a stretch you'll do in jail.
And if I give you $1 million, you'll forget about this, leave us alone?
Not arrest us?
And promise not to kill any more men. Also, I would like to know how you kill them, just for my own curiosity.
Well, ladies?
And if I give you the money, you promise you won't come back and ask for more?
We won't.
Scouts on 'em.
Edith, how do you know we can trust them?
Well, Rose, they seem to have us over the proverbial barrel. We don't have much to bargain with. Why don't you go make some tea and warm up a few muffins?
Oh, yes. Tea and muffins.
Will you gentlemen have some tea and muffins to seal our deal?
Sure, a nice cup of tea would be nice.
Yeah, me too.
You'll love my muffins. Rose, get the tea.
While she goes to make the tea, perhaps you can fill us in on who all those bodies are.
Sure.
While I get the tea, Edith, maybe you could put out the cups.
Well, the last one was Harry Gardner, or Dillingham as you call him. The one before him was... And so I just hit them over the head when they weren't looking. A few blows to the head and they were dead.
Well, I guess that beats stabbing them.
Oh, too messy that way.
Well, here are the tea and muffin. And here's the milk and sugar.
Unless you want cream.
That's okay, milk is fine.
Yeah, me too.
Let me pour.
You must try my muffins. Everyone likes them.
Edith is known for her muffins.
No, not me. I'm watching my waistline.
Well, I could try one.
Tom, please, you must try one of my muffins. I insist.
No thanks. The tea'll do just fine.
Here, try a muffin. It won't kill you. You and your waistline.
Gentlemen, a toast to our agreement. May our little secret remain forever ours.
And may our newfound wealth be well spent.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Now try the muffins.
No, I said I didn't want one.
Well, I could try one.
Frank, I wouldn't eat that muffin. It might be bad for your health.
But I insist. I went to all the trouble.
No, I think we'll go now. We'll be back for the money as we agreed.
But Edith went to all the trouble to bake the muffins, and you won't even try one?
Maybe next time.
I must have got up too fast. I feel a little dizzy.
Oh, that's probably old age catching up with you.
Are you all right, Tom?
I'm fine. I guess I...
Tom,
Seems
Tom,
to
are you
have
all right?
passed out.
he's got no pulse. Call 911.
Oh, I wouldn't bother. He's probably dead.
Now I feel a little dizzy.
Rose, call an ambulance.
Please do.
Frank. He's got no pulse. He's dead, too.
Dead?
Yes, they're both dead as doornails.
But I don't understand how. They didn't eat the muffins.
Well, Edith, I took out a little insurance. In case they didn't eat the muffins, I poisoned the milk and sugar. I thought Tom was a bit suspicious, so as a precaution, I put some extra strong, fast-acting poison into the milk.
Oh, Rose, sometimes you make me so proud of you.
Well, I guess we better get these boys down to the basement.
Now that elevator we had installed will come in handy. No more dragging them down the stairs.
Yes, we're getting too old for that.
Well, let's go. As soon as we get them downstairs, I want to come back up and check my email.
Oh, Edith.
I don't think $1 million is a stretch. It might be better than a stretch you'll do in jail.
You got a pause.
Graphics.
Okay. Don't look at the camera. Don't look at the woman. Frank, look at Edith.
Yeah, I was looking.
Okay, action.
Won't you have a seat?
But Edith, I'm sorry, I'm confused now.
Yeah.
Sit back down, Tom.
Yeah.
Keep going. He said keep going.
No.
Eh,
Go back to the beginning. Just keep going.
Okay. What's my line then? Isn't it? But I thought.
Dillingham?
Okay, cut.
Sounded good to me.
I think
Okay, that was good. Now we'll go back to the script.
To where we just
Yeah,
left
right,
off.
exactly, yeah. Let me just I just want to do one.
Whatever you want.
Do me,